Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming up, Disney charges big bucks to get married at night. There's a new nighttime holiday spectacular coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. And Disney's newest promotion wants you to know that the magic will be endless. All that plus Roundtable, Rapid Fire, and the news coming up. From the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode number 913 for the week of October 18th, 2016. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. Let the experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel help you plan the perfect Disney, Universal, cruise, or Adventures by Disney vacation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is John Magi, and I will be your host, coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio in beautiful Orlando, Florida. It is a beautiful day here. Let's go around the table and let you know who's sitting with me. Very happy to have you guys join me today. To my right, we have our producer, Craig Williams.
Thank you. Hi. Hi.
Are you? Are you?
You're wrong. Thank you for having me.
We have Kevin Close.
Hello, everyone.
We have Brian Torpy.
Good
Oh,
afternoon.
my God, I got it right. I'm so excited. We have Cory Martin.
I'm just happy to be here.
Back in the production facility, we have our associate producers. What are your names again? Oliver Green
Oh, what a good start. Hello.
and Ryan O'Clavin.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Again, welcome. You might have noticed that Pete Werner is not here. Pete is dealing with a family issue today, and while I am not exactly comfortable letting you all know exactly what's going on, he has a family member having some health issues. So if we all could keep Pete and his family in our thoughts and prayers and send them good wishes, I think they would appreciate that very, very much. So we're going to get started. First, we're going to start off with some housekeeping. Crickets.
Oh.
I'm going to go first. I like just throwing you guys off. Craig's having a little bit of panic attack.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm going to start with the Dreams Unlimited Travel podcast. This is every Monday. Last Monday, yesterday, we actually released the second part of our Rhapsody of the Seas Greek Isle Cruise review. Please go take a look at it. We think we did a good job. We had fun doing it. Coming up next week is going to be part one of a two-part series on booking a Walt Disney World package vacation. Two of our other Dreams Unlimited travel agents will be joining us for that. So we are excited to bring you that information. RINO, why don't you tell us what's going on with DizPop? DizPop every Friday or thereabouts, I understand?
Yes, yeah, thereabouts. There's going to be, I'm doing a review of the Rocky Horror Picture Show that reimagining is happening Thursday night on Fox.
I'm so excited for that.
I don't want to say the anticipation, but
Say it. Antissa.
But I was a big avid, used to go every Saturday night to the one in Cambridge.
Does this surprise
Boston,
anyone?
So,
Oh, no, please.
Yeah.
Let me see. I bet I could pick out all the people who went.
I have been to a Rocky Horror.
Every Saturday night?
Not every Saturday night.
Yeah, we went for quite a streak there.
How
So
many
I
times
figured,
have you watched Hocus Pocus?
oh, this year, month, week, what do you want? I'm actually reading a book about it right now that was sent to me. So I'm going to be doing a review of that as soon as I get that done. But this week's main episode is Rocky Horror, and then there's going to be little other stuff sprinkled throughout.
Very cool.
So check out for that.
Excellent. Every Thursday, the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition with Craig Williams and people I don't really care to mention. What's happening on this week's show?
This week's going to be a doozy. We are going to record everyone's favorite Forrest Gump themed restaurant, Bubba Gump's. I'm excited.
You said it like there was more than one restaurant.
Well, I believe it is a chain.
Yeah, there's one. Well, there's one at least in Hollywood.
No, it was.
right?
It was.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a
I'm
joke.
sorry.
It
Okay,
was
I
a
don't
joke
know.
that fell very flat.
I don't know.
but
I've
it was
never
a joke
eaten.
nonetheless. No, we're going to be and it's the only Forrest Gump themed restaurant. Maybe if there's another one out there. Let us know. Yeah, we are going to go to Bubba Gump's at Universal City Walk and try the food. It's been quite a while since I've been there. And I'm excited to see what happens with
Frozen scramp.
Defrosted scrimp.
It's the only movie I've ever walked out of twice.
Really?
I walked out of it the first time, and I thought everybody told me how good it was, and I should go back and see it a second time. So I went back and I walked out in the exact same spot. I dislike this
Well,
movie.
I want to know what part it is, though. Do you remember?
Yeah,
the
what
part
part did
where he
you
runs
walk
out of the football stadium.
Oh, that's really early on in the
know, I
movie.
didn't like
Okay.
it.
I've heard a lot of people critique it and say that like it's really held near and dear to millennials for some reason, which makes no sense because we didn't live through any of the actual events in the movie.
It's the only way you
But-
people are learning history, is what I think.
Well, yeah, that's how I got all my information on Vietnam.
Yeah. He doesn't like the word moist.
Yeah.
I'm really over the word millennial.
Damn.
All right, that sounds almost interesting. What else do we have? We're connecting with the Walt.
Connecting with the Walt.
Connecting with the Walt.
He's still dead.
Not
So,
just a Walt. This is the Walt.
Yes, this Friday we will be launching our discussion series on Walt Disney's animated films, and we're actually going to start off with everything that he produced under Laugh-O-Gram while he was still back in Kansas City, Missouri. So yes, you can find that episode with Michael and I talking about that this Friday at sometime in the afternoon when it goes live.
Excellent.
Yes,
Very, very good.
yes.
Anything else? Anything I'm missing?
Should we even talk about the Disneyland show, or is it?
I did not have it on my list.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yes, let's please talk about the Disneyland show.
Okay, well, on this week's Disneyland edition, Michael Bowling continues his look at Disneyland in the 1980s, including the changes that came with the beginning of the Michael Eisner era.
Excellent. And when does that happen?
It's
Sunday nights at 7 California time, live, and then it goes up Monday on iTunes. Yeah.
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 Sure.
If you say so.
There we go.
I've never done this before.
I never really listen when Pete talks in the beginning, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
I checked my email.
Anything else I'm missing we want to talk about? All right.
No.
So ever hold your peace. I do want to mention Podcast Cruise 6.0 coming up very, very fast. If you're looking to do pre and post night stays, we are running out of space. So please make up your mind and book those rooms now. We have pre-nights at the Swan and also post-nights at several Walt Disney World resort hotels. Very good pricing, so please go check them out and get them. I don't want you to be left out if that's what you're looking for. And I also want to let you know that we are going to be closing transfer signups at the end of October. So if you're interested in using the Diz Dreams transfers for Podcast Crew 6.0, please go and do that now so that you don't get left out of that.
It feels like it's farther away than it is because you think
No,
like
it's
it's
close.
December, but it's really that first week, and it's already almost the end of October. It's crazy to me.
And we're doing good. We're getting our schedule squared away. Royal Caribbean's a little bit difficult to work with, so we've got some things that are sort of last minute. We still have to put together. Do you want to tease anything we're doing?
Yeah.
Oliver's doing something fun.
I am
Oliver,
doing
tell us what
something
you're
fun.
going to do.
I'm going to be zip lining across the ship because they have a zip line there, and you can either come along and
What's the weight limit?
watch me, or I'm sorry.
There is a weight limit.
There's a weight limit.
It's like
What are you trying to
260
say?
or something like
Oh,
that. I'm going to get it wrong, but it's pretty
be
high.
there.
What is everyone trying to say? Do I look like okay?
No,
No, I think
he wanted to
general.
tandem with you.
That's right.
Well, that's because he
I wanna
does his
be
weight
your
in stones.
knapsack.
But, no,
Front
yeah,
to back,
what's
back to
in
front. How are you going to do it?
And it only takes you 2 hours to sign the release and get all set up. You go for 17 seconds.
Strapping you by your ankles? I mean, geez.
No.
You have to sign release on release on release on release.
They strap you up by your bad parts.
Yeah, you're trussed up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
So if folks want to join Oliver for that, we're going to have a sign up, and I think we're going to do a little bit of try to raise some money for Give Kids the World.
Yep.
So we may have other folks on the podcast. You might actually get a chance to bid to see them zip line as well. It will not be me.
I'm terrified of heights, but
It will
if
not
we
be
raise
Kevin.
enough money,
it
you
will
can
be
push me out over the
yeah.
edge there.
Rhino will do it. We'll set a threshold, and if we reach that threshold, Rhino will do it.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
do
not
it.
doing it.
Well, then it'll be I'll
End of
cry like a
story.
baby.
Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do is we'll set it, bid for Rhino
Trying
to
to
zip
scream like a
line.
girl.
I'm already getting dizzy thinking about it.
If we'll set the threshold at $10, that's what we'll put it at. So I will pay myself for you to go on the zip line.
Excellent.
If you're going to come watch, you should bring your own alcoholic beverage because it takes a while between zippers.
Cory, you've got plans for Podcast Crew 6.
Talking about
Yeah, I don't know
alcohol.
the details, but it's every single night at the clubs.
Well, we're scheduling it for 2 nights because I am not paying for people to get new livers. We have at least 2 nights will be.
I'm all about
Cory-
after hours. Yeah.
Yeah, after hour stuff. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. That was excellent. Thank you. All right. Anything else in housekeeping that I need to talk about?
I do not believe so.
All right. Sounds good. Let's move on to the news. And very, very excited to have Craig read the news for a change.
It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun.
Ready to do this?
You know what I put up with.
Okay, first news story. Disney's Magic Kingdom is offering nighttime weddings for a very small price of $180,000.
Only.
Wow.
Yes, nighttime weddings are now available at Walt Disney World. Couples can get married in front of Cinderella Castle in the Magic Kingdom, dance in the castle courtyard, and host the reception in Fantasyland. A couple of years ago, weddings became available at Magic Kingdom's train station, but they had to be held at 7:30 a.m. before the park actually opened. Earlier this year, Disney opened up the East Plaza Garden as a wedding venue, allowing couples to get married at 9:30 a.m. during park hours, and now nighttime weddings are added into it. They are, of course, part of Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings and Honeymoons 25th anniversary thing that's happening right now, and as we said, the option begins at $180,000, and it can just go up from there. So
That's a lot.
I'm happy. I'm already married. I don't have to worry about this.
Noted that. What is a normal wedding? Do we know what normally
It
people would
was
spend?
like I looked it up because when this news story came out, I was just curious, and I think like daytime 18 people was like somewhere $18,000.
Wow.
It's double digit, and it was like under 30. All the options I saw were.
But that's like, as I was saying,
That's
like
bare
a cup
minimum.
of Sprite and some peanuts. It's not like a real wedding with a reception.
I actually,
Yeah.
I actually don't believe that's any food and beverage. Then
Right,
you have to
that's
add a
just
food
the
and
It
venue.
beverage
starts out
Yeah.
Right.
insane.
Yeah, that's for I think the cheapest one is for the ceremony only, and then a lot of people will then try to move it over to a more reasonable cost venue like Atlantic Dance Hall over at the Boardwalk, since, I mean, you could host a wedding reception in there on a normal night without planning anything, and there's no one in there already to begin with. So.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's all about, I guess doing it in front of the castle at night or something.
And who's your daddy?
I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
I mean,
I'll be,
Still talking about the same thing.
Is that a drop in that just happened?
are we talking of the sugar daddy?
I fear stuff like this because Finley is,
Yeah.
She loves Disney.
It's almost like it's a
I
joke,
never
though.
want her to see anything like this.
It's almost like it's a joke. It's like, oh yeah, you want to get married at the
$180,000,
castle?
right?
Yeah, right.
Fine. You don't need a house.
Put it in an account for her.
The problem is you would do it. All she'd
No,
have to do
hell
is
no, I wouldn't do that.
she would look at you with those eyes, and you'd be like, "All right, I'll
I will
do."
buy you a dog.
Or a castle.
not the same thing." But all right, moving on to our second news story.
Okay, our second news story. Taschen, I believe is how it's pronounced, releases a book about Disney's golden age of animation. So the book features over 1,500 images and essays by renowned Disney experts, covers in detail Walt Disney and the Walt Disney Company's journey from the silent film era through his first full-length feature, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, all the way through the Jungle Book. And editor Daniel Kotenschurte
So happy you had to read this one.
conducted extensive research through the historical collections of the Walt Disney Archives and Animation Research Library, as well as from private collections. The book's divided into 15 chapters, includes sections on the war years, Burbank Studios, all the movies, as I said before, and they tapped into Disney experts like Leonard Maltin, Dave Smith, Charles Solomon, and so many more. I believe that the book is available in bookstores if you are interested in it, but of course we will have a link to it somewhere in our show notes page. It says it's $200 for it. That seems very hefty for a
If
book.
you are at the farmer's market in LA, there's a Taschen bookstore just outside. It's a freestanding little building
Oh.
right at the end of the grove. And their books are never small. They're usually, I mean, these are not things you're going to take with you on a plane. Sometimes their books actually come with their own stands.
Yeah.
They're
I've not
fairly
seen
large.
This. I've not seen this book. My assumption is it's going to be a big coffee table book.
Right.
With a lot of artwork. I believe that $200 price tag is correct.
Yeah, 620 pages. The dimensions are 16 by 11.8 inches.
Right.
So it's a big boy.
It's a big book.
Yeah, no, it looks very interesting. I don't have a spare $200 right now to drop on a book, but
But I think if you book that wedding, I think everybody in your party gets one. That's like the
Yeah,
wedding
I
gift.
don't even think that's true.
That's true. Everybody in your party doesn't get anything. And I'm not bringing you back because I'm sure it weighs at least 11 or 12 pounds.
yeah, I would never ask that of you. So RINO might.
On the show.
If anybody has this Taschen book, could you send it to
How
me?
dare you?
We ready for the last news story?
No, I want to stretch it out a little bit.
I think we could really stretch this one.
All right, go
I like
ahead.
this one.
Story number 3.
So this is my exciting news.
So please read it.
I
Please
will.
read that excitedly.
I will. Jingle Bell, Jingle BAM! Holiday Nighttime Spectacular will be coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So last week, Disney officially announced that Jingle Bell, Jingle BAM, a brand new nighttime show, will be coming to Hollywood
Craig
Studios.
Lagasse.
This is the Emerald Lagasse version.
BAM! It'll be starting on November 14th and running through December 31st to fill that Osborne family spectacle of Dancing Lights Void that lies in the construction pit formerly known as Streets of America. So the show will be presented on, above, and around the Chinese theater with the brand new projection technology that they installed for Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular, along with other special effects like snow, fireworks, and a seasonal musical score. The
What's
show,
the name of it?
It is Jingle Bell, Jingle BAM.
Don't you wish you had 3D?
BAM. The show will focus on Wayne and Lanny, who you might remember from the ABC Walt Disney Animation Studios holiday specials, Prep and Landing, and they will be searching for the missing Santa Claus. The show will feature memorable holiday moments from Disney films like Mickey's Christmas Carol, Beauty and the Beast, the animated short Pluto's Christmas Tree, Bambi, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and many, many
Maybe that's where
Jingle
the band-
Bambi.
Bam. comes.
Bam.
Bell Jingle Bambi.
Bam. Like the Star Wars fireworks at Hollywood Studios, there will be a dessert party, which I believe you can already book now, and that includes reserved viewing and pretty much the prime viewing spot that you could want. Desserts, specialty beverages, and so much more, including a pair of 3D glasses that will transform the fireworks and other bright lights into gingerbread man, candy canes, snowflakes, and ornaments, which we got to see kind of how those glasses worked at Illuminations with the Mickey Mouse ones, and it was a cool little novelty. So yeah, this, like I said, the show will be starting on the 14th, and I am super pumped for it. As much as I miss Osborne Lights, like everyone else out there in the world, that was such a unique experience. These are going to be very cool. The Star Wars fireworks show at Hollywood Studios is one of the best things that they've ever done, and now they're mixing Christmas with it. It's just, I think these are going to be better than getting a ticket, going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party,
Wow.
and seeing their fireworks show.
That says a lot.
I just wish they had a different name. I mean, are they? I think they were looking for unused hashtags at this point.
They probably
That-
own a lot.
It's going to
that they're
be.
use
It's
up.
going to be amazing now.
I enjoy the fact that fireworks are no longer enough for people. You have to turn them into gingerbread man, and snowflake. What is going on? Unbelievable. Start over. Start the show over.
Brian's recording his message for the book.
Why don't we turn off that speaker?
For
in
Hocus
there?
Pocus. Yeah, that would probably be a good
Just-
idea.
There
That's excellent.
we go.
All right.
Bam.
Bam.
I mean, if the good thing is they can reuse a lot of the technology for Star Wars.
Yes.
Fireworks. So you can have a lot of that stuff going on as well. So I think it's going to be fun.
Oh, I I think it will be great. So I hope they use the light that they use for the lightsaber in the fireworks show for Star Wars too. Even though it makes no sense with Christmas, it's cool technology. I just with everything they've been doing with the projection mapping lately, the potential is almost endless. And I'm sure a lot of the clips they already have, and they're going to recycle them from the World of Color holiday shows because they can take those and adapt them really easily to this. But it's nice to see that some of the lesser touted about subjects are going to get a little bit like Mickey's Christmas Carol. When's the last time they've had anything
Right.
Mickey's Christmas Carol related anywhere?
And we are big fans of Prep and Landing. We actually thought that was we thought that was
The first one.
I never gave it a shot because it always looked kind of
childlike
dumb to me.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't going to be, it looked like it was going to be for little kids.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be something we enjoy, so it's fun to have them in the park
Yeah, no,
doing
it's,
something cool.
I think overall it is going to be a hit. And it was a nice surprise considering everyone thought that Hollywood Studios was just going to be pointless during the holiday season. But now there's a reason to come and see it. So
There's a reason for the season. All right.
yes.
Thank you
Tis the
very
reason.
much. Thank you very much, Craig, for doing the news. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
So we have got Mr. Steve Porter coming to us live from the Magic Kingdom, I believe, correct? No, where
Yeah,
is he?
yep, here in Fantasyland.
Okay, you've made a mistake. We wanted you in Epcot. So run over to Epcot. Oh, very good. Good job. Excellent
worst
running.
running in place I've
Really
ever
He
right.
almost tripped over a stroller.
Is there any way you
Steve, tap your face on your phone so it stops doing
can? Yeah,
that.
because we're getting a lot of adjusting of
You
the
look
light.
like when I used to try and copy VHSs in high school. What?
Yeah, is that better?
Yes.
Now you're overexposed. Kind of like RINO. All right, why?
That was a slow one.
That was for the calendar.
So, Steve, tell us what's going on in the Magic Kingdom today. Why are you there? What's happening? What's going on? What are we drinking?
Yeah. So I came here today to Fantasyland to check out, to see, apparently, Princess Elena of Avalor is coming to Princess Fairy Tale Hall November 24th. But she's actually already here for doing a soft opening. So I actually checked on social media and saw people taking pictures with her already. And, oh, man, this lighting is so bad.
It really is bad.
At least you know.
Tell us more about our
Why don't you
soft
go wait in
opening.
the queue?
Every which way, the sun is like right at me. But yeah, so she's already here. And, I mean, it's pretty exciting. Lots of people are excited about it. Crowds are...
Could you interview them?
What?
Could you interview the excited ones?
No.
No, don't excite them. No.
I didn't hear you.
That's okay.
That's a good
Probably
thing.
a good idea.
So what else is going on? The weather was actually kind of nice this morning. Looks like you've got a beautiful day out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Barely any clouds in the sky. Jeez, this lighting is so bad.
You actually look
People
like
on the merry-go-round are thrilled watching you spin around the circle.
All right, let's see if this is better.
I
Okay,
like the
I'm gonna-
disco lighting.
That's
Okay,
good.
there we go.
Stop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out. Barely any clouds. There's no
Oh, man, that's great.
This is a catastrophe.
That is a good actually. The
and my
worst
lighting keeps
remote
going out
ever.
again.
The worst
He's got a
remote
mouse right in the middle of his face too.
There we go.
There we are.
But yeah, it's a beautiful day out. The crowds aren't too bad. Only long lines for the big rides. Like Space is an hour, which you could expect. But you know, all the other rides are 20 minutes. Not too bad. So it's a pretty nice day. It's not too crowded. No shoulder traffic or anything. So you know, it's a good day in the Magic Kingdom.
Did you meet the princess yet?
It's like a 40-minute wait.
Wow.
I don't know.
We'll wait.
Steve,
Go.
I'm going to remind you, I waited 6 hours at the to get on Frozen Day one. I'm just
Reminders.
going to throw that out there.
We've never heard like the end of it.
I still have the sunburns.
I honestly believe that I've heard 6 hours worth of you complaining about it, so you've shared that with us all. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, we'll never forget it.
It sounds worse in a British accent.
Everything does. Steve, are you gonna try to see her? Or are you gonna be like that creepy guy in line who goes and stands with the princess?
It might be the most awkward meet and greet ever. So maybe I'll sacrifice myself so I can put it up on Twitter or something. But
That is excellent.
Keep your earbuds in and just pretend you're listening to music when you meet her. Don't pay attention to her.
I have a question. Whose glasses are you wearing?
mine,
Because they're really, really big on your head.
they were $8 at Walgreens. I just needed
For all of those of you who are trying to work for the Diz, just so you know how much you can afford glasses. Give us a little pan around. Let us see the Magic Kingdom. Let us live vicariously through you.
Okay, I'll flip it around.
I thought you were going to twirl like.
So, of course, the crane is here. It's not up though. But it made me think. So I know you guys were talking about the wedding being back here because this is actually where it's going to take place, is behind the castle. So I'm wondering, since this crane is here, like for 1/3 of the year, what they'll do for that time period, because that would not be a fun sight for a wedding.
Unless they lift the bride and groom up that way.
Yeah. Put them on top of the castle cake.
Nice presentation.
That's why it's so expensive. They
Drop
drape
them
it
in by crane.
They drape it with bunting.
Is the crane there to start putting on the castle lighting, the holiday castle, the net lighting, whatever they do?
Could be starting to
go
do the
with
holiday
lights.
lights.
Lights to put on the lights.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is for the holiday lights.
Steve, pan up a little bit. Let's see the castle, because all we've got is a dumpster.
Ooh.
That's a nice shot. Stay there for the rest of the show.
And then you can just go back to me, and I'll just have this shot for you.
Excellent. All right, Steve, thank you very much for bringing us up to date on something that I don't care about.
No problem. Sorry about the lighting.
Go have fun and go see a princess.
See you guys.
All right, bye.
Bye, Steve.
Bye.
Sure. He gets to be outside.
They do
All right.
kind of look like the glasses that you give you at the eye doctor.
They do.
Solar shield.
The glaucoma glasses.
They do look like my eyes have been dilated. All right, let's move on to rapid fire, and we're going to start with Craig. Craig, tell us about your rapid fire.
Well, speaking of news that you could care less about, I'm very excited for this one. It appears that Muppet Babies might be getting a reboot on Disney Junior. That's what I thought. Well, for someone
Dr. RINO.
for
I like
someone
the Muppet
like
Babies.
me who grew up in the late 80s and early 90s,
I
the
grew up in
Muppet
the early
Babies were a very important part of daytime television, along with stuff like DuckTales and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And for anyone who doesn't know, Muppet Babies is kind of a spin-off from a sequence in Muppets Take Manhattan whenever they sing I Will Always Love You. Miss Piggy sings it, and they're all babies, and they get into lots of adventures. And like back in that time period, they always like ripped off Star Wars and Star Trek and Indiana Jones, and it was a really great show. And
What was the name of the legs that used to watch them?
Dave.
That's the
David.
David?
David.
It was a man?
Dave.
no,
Yeah.
it was a nanny,
There was a guy named Dave.
but the main one was a nanny.
There were more than one human on that
No,
show?
never mind. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah,
That's Dave.
that's
That's
it's
Dave.
a nanny.
Sorry.
So yeah, there's no sign of when this will be on yet. If it'll actually end up happening, it's still in the pre-production part of it, and they're working on concept sketches and all that stuff. But it might make the air, and then I will be a grown adult watching Disney Junior.
Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, there's a club you want to be a part of.
We're not allowed near playgrounds.
Okay, my turn.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I don't watch Disney Junior.
Psych. Kevin, how about your rapid fire? Hopefully yours is a little less creepy.
Disney has 10 new rules for being a princess.
No, it's not. Not any less creepy.
Disney princesses have come under scrutiny over the past for their unrealistic representations of body image. Those exaggerated tiny waists, giant eyes, and slender wrists may have been the trademark for Disney royalty for decades, but they're also problematic with girls' self-esteem and body image. So Disney has updated their princess principles. I really like saying that. Releasing a set of illustrated posters to emphasize the 10 new rules for joining the hallowed halls of Fantasy Kingdom. Would you like to know what the 10 rules are?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Love to.
Slow.
All right.
Slowly.
Care for others.
Oh.
Pause.
I'm ready. I get ready.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
be a princess.
Okay. You said slowly. Live healthily.
Again, I can't be a princess.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
My God.
Be honest. Be a friend you can trust. Believe in yourself. Right wrongs. Try your best. Be loyal and never, ever give up. These, that's it, that's 10. These principles do not refer to appearance or royal privilege. They do go hard on loyalty, honesty, and justice. The principles are available as a free poster download. That's it. It's yet unclear how they will be incorporated into Disney's pre-existing stable of beloved tiara-bedecked print characters. So far, the response of the new unveiling has been, well, it's about time. Yeah.
So it's essentially the 10 Commandments for princesses?
Yeah.
Princess principles is what they're called.
All kidding aside,
It's cute. I think
it's
it's
a
cute for
very
kids. Let-
positive.
It is. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
We're in a goofy, silly mood, but
We are.
I like the idea that, they're not emphasizing. I used to be a kindergarten teacher, and one of the things that was brought to our attention was when little girls walked in, you would tell little boys, oh, how smart you were. Oh, how brave you were. Oh, you did that really well. Little girls, people are ingrained to tell them how pretty they look. And it was brought to everybody's attention that that's probably not the best thing to do to ingrain. And even I taught kindergarten, so you start early. Oh, you were so smart. Look at how brave you were.
Yeah.
And then little girls, you say, oh, you look so pretty. So it's just it's a matter of rethinking. Sometimes it's just a matter of adjusting your language, and you can help young kids.
There's have you ever read Tina Fey's Bossy Pants?
I have not.
She
You have a lot of time on your hands, don't you?
Well, it was an audiobook. While
okay.
I was driving, so I should cheated by saying I read it. But she talks about her daughter, and she was getting to the princess age when she was writing this book, and she's saying that she had one doll that was Snow White on one side and it was Aurora on the other, and she used to always put it on the side with with Snow White because she has the dark hair, and the daughter would always flip it over to the other one because she's trying to let her daughter know that just because you have yellow hair, it doesn't make you better than anybody else, because she was saying that she hates that there's a word blonde that we use, and it blondes are better and all this stuff. And it was really interesting to listen to that perspective that I have two younger sisters, and I never really thought about that little stuff that
Well,
stacks
for years
up
and
as you
years
get
and
older.
years, there was advertising on TV that said blondes had more fun.
Yeah.
I think two things are great. First of all, free download for the poster. I think that's really cool. One, does Disney give you anything for free? And second, I think the main message is that any little girl can be a princess. It's not you have to be born to be royal.
Right.
Well, I
As
also
I
like
said,
that
we're-
this. Not to be one of those people, but it doesn't even say you have to be. Anybody can be a princess. You know what I mean?
Are you trying to say
Oh, it
you
doesn't even
can
say you have to be a
princess?
girl.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say anything
don't
gender. It's very gender neutral.
You don't have to have a soft opening.
I didn't look.
Anybody can be a girl.
Yeah, I didn't look at the color variations, but there might be a Prince version of it, with less pinks and more dark
Purples?
blues.
Well, what I've
purples,
liked that
whatever,
Disney's been doing is they have all the Prince stuff, which is like the crown, the shield, the sword. But now they have
literally
the
the same,
princess warrior stuff too. So she's got a shield with a sword and a crown too, and vice versa here. I guess
I'm gonna download it, bring it into Photoshop, and change it for Princess. For Ferris.
I think it's a good idea.
Seriously,
Excellent.
Ferris would want one too.
All right, moving on. Brian, do you have a rapid fire for us?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Starting November 14th, you can meet Santa at Disney's Hollywood Studios. He'll have meet and greets at the Once Upon a Time shop, which is directly opposite the Beauty and the Beast show on Sunset Boulevard. Those meet and greets will go from November 14th through Christmas Eve, December 24th. And after that, Santa Goofy will take over with the meet and greet until December 31st.
Okay, this feels really, really early to me. November 14th?
Yeah.
Bam.
It's the start of Jingle Bell, Jingle BAM.
It just feels like we're not even waiting until Thanksgiving to be over for Santa to arrive. Because usually my tradition was Santa didn't come till after the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Right.
Yeah.
He came with the Macy's Day
Right.
Parade.
I mean, they have to, though, for all these families now that are trying to plan okay, we're going to stay for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and we want to try to hit the last Halloween party and then also bring our Christmas gear so we can just get the first Christmas party out of the way. And and have the ultimate holiday spectacular at Walt Disney World. So I do understand it from that sense.
If you stay till March, you can work in St. Patrick's Day.
That's very
Flag
true.
Day.
They also just need stuff to get people into Hollywood studios. They just
That's true.
they have
Arbor
them,
Day?
especially around the holidays when it's going to be busier.
I agree. It's still not right, but I agree. All right. Thank you,
Well,
Brian.
Cracker Barrel had their stuff up in July, so.
Yeah, well,
I did.
Yeah, you're right.
all right. Cory, how about you? What do you ever up to fire?
I'm extremely excited to announce something that hasn't been mentioned on the show yet. Princess Elena meet and greet beginning at the Magic Kingdom in November. So,
Bam!
yeah, bam.
Didn't I pay for a remote setup to hear this exact same thing?
I'm not repeating this, but yeah, she's going to start meet and greet November 24th if you weren't paying attention to Steve.
Was
Thanks,
that her?
Steve.
Was that a picture of her?
That was, yeah, there you go. There
Yeah,
she
she's
is.
cute.
She's cute.
She's fierce.
Will she speak Spanish?
She rights wrongs.
The whole,
And you know, she
is
doesn't
fierce.
have a prince or any sort of.
She cares
you
for
know-
others. She lives healthily.
She's Hispanic.
She's honest. She's sustainable.
she's bi.
Hispanic.
I met her. She's great.
She speaks Spanish.
She's the
She's-
first Latina princess.
Yeah.
She's actually bilingual.
she
They
was
make a big thing of it as well.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
They do, because every time she talks, whenever she's doing her stage show, she'll say it in English and then in Spanish afterwards.
And
It's
she's the
quite
only
cool.
princess that didn't come from like a movie.
True.
Like a
Where did she
Disney
come
Channel.
from? Oh, she's Disney,
Yeah.
Disney Channel princess.
She believes in herself.
Stop reading them principles. Excellent. Thank you, Cory. Let's move on back to the production facility or production nook. Oliver,
me.
what do you got?
I do have a rapid fire. It's Walt Disney has a brand new campaign called "The Magic Is Endless."
Does that sound threatening to anyone else?
It's yeah,
It really does, doesn't it?
it really does.
9 out of 10 times a weekend is long enough.
Walt Disney World's newest marketing campaign for the fall, going through to 2017, has been announced. It's called "The Magic Is Endless," and the tagline reads: "Discover the magic of Walt Disney World Resort, where the moment and memories have no limits." I've watched the first video, and it is exactly as you would imagine. It just looks like all their other marketing campaigns, to be completely honest. There's nothing that stands out about it. I have only seen the one video, so there might be more to come. But no,
There
I've
will
not
be
seen
more.
anything more. But I know they've already started rolling it out as well. You can see it on TV now. They've got
Yeah.
adverts, so I don't know. It is what it is.
I think it would be better if it was like "The Magic Is Endless." Bam.
Bam. Everything should now should have bam in it.
With an exclamation mark.
It's the exclamation that matters.
Okay, how long before we dub it? The construction is endless. How long before that happens? Thanks, Shanghai.
Hashtag the construction is
Right
endless.
wrongs. Live healthily.
Can we turn his mic off? Tired of them principles. All right, moving on to Rhino. Rhino, what do you have for rapid fire?
The Walt Disney Studios has set a new international box office record. They're having their best year ever at the international box office with $3.566 billion. That's as of October 16th, surpassing their previous record of $3.56 billion set in 2015. And they still have 3 major movies to go to be released. Marvel's Doctor Strange, Moana, and Rogue One. And we all know how well Marvel and Star Wars movies do for them. So they're going to have pretty much a massive, massive year this year.
Are you looking forward to Doctor Strange?
I don't really know anything about Doctor Strange, and I'm trying to keep it that way too, to be a little more surprised. I had some friends who saw the 17-minute the IMAX preview they did, and it was in 3D, and he was saying he doesn't care for 3D movies, but he was saying that the visuals and everything in here, he walked out of that movie like his mind had been blown open. He said he is very, very excited for this movie now, and hearing that through him, where he said he was only ahead of time, makes me very excited for it. I mean, I love Benedict Cumberbatch and Mads Mikkelsen, pretty much everybody in that movie, but it's going to be Marvel's shortest movie is what I hear, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. So.
Yeah, really. I used to read that comic as a kid. I'm going to be surprised how they do some things because there's a very mystical, sort of ethereal type of
Their
feel to
thing
it.
is like they are pushing real hard to let people know that this is the beginning of like a mystical part of the Marvel universe. Is they don't want people to walk in thinking it's going to be like the other movies or anything. Like one thing I'll point out that I was already weirded out is there was a commercial I saw on TV. I didn't know the cape was a thing. I thought it was just a cape, and it's like an entity. It is a being.
Spoiler
or something.
alert.
Like the rug in Aladdin.
Yeah, it's like the rug in Aladdin. Exactly. He speaks to it like that. I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting. So
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
Me too. Good news for Disney, for sure. All right, we have some time left at the end of the show. What I would like to know is, what are you guys planning this week in the parks? Folks on the boards are always posting, when are you guys going to be in the park? Tell us when you're going to be in the park and some of the things you're going to do, and maybe our listeners can meet up with you. Craig, what about you? Excellent.
Wednesday, we're doing the thing.
Yeah, we'll be doing our dining review on Wednesday, as I said, Bubba Gumps. So if you're at Universal City Walk, that will be your one chance to see me. So
One chance.
One night only.
yeah, one chance, because then on Thursday I will be here recording the Universal show, and Friday I will also be here for
Other things.
the Daily Fix. That's what I'll be here for. So if you're coming to Universal on Wednesday, that will be your most likely your only chance to see me.
Are you
this
just
week.
running in, going and eating and leaving, or are you going to go to the parks?
I don't know yet.
Are you going to
So-
wear Steve's glasses?
I have my own glasses that I got from the eye doctor that they just slip right over these ones. So
I'm going to Disneyland.
That's right.
yeah, you are.
Kevin and I are going to be in
Yeah.
Disneyland. We will not be on the show next week. So if you're going to be in Disneyland, what are the dates we're there?
We will be there the evening of the 24th, the 25th, and the 24th, and we leave on the 28th, the morning of the 28th.
This is part of our backstage magic, so we don't actually start our Disneyland portion until 3 days into the trip. So if you're going to be
So
in
if you're in
Disneyland,
Disneyland, look for us.
You're going to do the your first Halloween party out there, right?
We are. We're gonna. That's the first time I'm going to be there for a Halloween party. That will be the night of. Let me count. The 23rd, 24th, 25th. I believe that will be the night of the 26th. We will be at the Halloween party, October 26th.
number 11, know your numbers.
I didn't expect to talk about this. I have
11,
to pick out which day it was.
Excellent. So
she's
look
been
for us
dethroned.
in Disneyland. Oliver, what about you?
If you want to find me, you can find me tomorrow night. I again will be at Universal, but my parents are actually here all the way from the United Kingdom, and they're going to Halloween Horror Nights. So if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal tomorrow, shout out my name and see me. He's not said it yet, but I know Rhino's going to be there too.
He didn't ask me yet.
I didn't get to him yet.
I do want to give an update. The chat believes that Steve's glasses are actually women's glasses. Sorry, I know that was just kind of interrupting, but that's some pretty breaking news.
The consensus is.
Well, there was the description of like the princess who had a small waist and tiny wrists and big eyes, and I thought, isn't that Steve? That's what he looked like in that video.
Throws his scarf on, storms
He's
off.
gonna leave, you know.
Please.
He's gonna move again.
Excellent. How long are your parents here for?
They are here for 10 days, so they're going on the 22nd though. So they've got about 5 days left, something like that. So
Very nice.
yeah, they're enjoying themselves. So yeah, come up and say hi. They love it when people come up and say hi because they think their son's successful.
believe
When
you.
people come up and they're like, "Oh wow, look at this!"
Think
So
your son's unsuccessful.
yeah, exactly.
Little do they know. Rhino, what about you?
As Oliver said, I am also coincidentally going to Halloween Horror Nights on Wednesday night because I have the last chance for me to use my annual pass holder ticket. So me and some friends are going to go. And then Friday...
Are you gonna stalk Oliver?
No, God, no.
That's the reason he's going.
But Friday, I think the plan as of right now, me and the sunglasses queen from earlier are going to go to the water park, maybe. We're going to go explore some unexplored territory and do a water park on Friday morning, I think, for a little
Blizzard
bit.
Beach, Summit Plummet.
Is that the only one we can do right now? Is the other one closed?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
they
I
always
prefer Typhoon
swap,
Lagoon
dude.
just because I like the wave pool better. And that's, I like to stay in the water as long as possible so people can't lay their eyes on me as much. But
Just neck up.
yeah.
Are you going to do the thing where you go down a slide and you videotape yourself screaming?
I don't. Yeah, we've got a GoPro with the case on it and everything,
Awesome.
so there might be some of that. Yeah. So if you're thinking about going to a water park on Friday, and you want to say hey, come say hey.
I can't wait to body judge him later.
I wonder.
I will be taking my top off.
I was about
just
to
so
say.
everybody knows.
I wonder
so tune
now.
in.
Now
Care
you've
for
announced.
others. Live healthily. Care for others. Be honest. Be a friend you can trust.
Right
We do have a
wrongs.
budget for the CGI it's going to take to fix everything, I'm assuming.
I do wonder if, like, now the attendance for water parks will go down. Now you've said you're going.
That's the idea.
You can't do that thing where you paint your abs in.
Yeah, I'm going to do the marker lines and this week on Dispop, we'll teach you how to do airbrush abs. Yeah,
See?
There we
I'm
go.
always supplying you with content. Brian, what about you? Are you going to be in the parks?
No plans yet, but I haven't been to Hollywood Studios in a long time, so I've been thinking about getting over there.
Excellent.
Should
Did
do
we
all
explain
three
who
of their
Brian is?
attractions.
Did we explain that at any point?
I did not.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Craig.
You know what? I think,
Explain yourself, Brian.
We have a rule. If you bring it up, you have to do it.
well, that's it. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to say anything because I will lead it into a discussion for the people who actually participate in the show that we failed to mention at the beginning of the show because I have zero involvement in that one.
We also failed to mention something else, too, I just realized.
So
So-
housekeeping at the end.
Yeah,
like
two,
a normal podcast.
two housekeeping things at the end.
All right, let's do Cory's time in the park, and then let's come back to our housekeeping at the end of the day.
All right. Yeah.
Nighttime housekeeping.
With us, we're usually spontaneous, and usually the available fast passes dictate if or when we're going to go to the park. So we look. But I will tell you, this past weekend, Julie and I went to Food and Wine Festival. We had a sitter. I didn't go with the kids, which was wonderful. But I've been to Epcot Food and Wine since 2000, and I think this past weekend was. I've never seen a crowd like this before.
Yeah, wow.
It was
Really?
insane.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
talking every little cubby hole that you can find, my secret spots to get drinks when everything else is crowded. Those were packed.
Yeah.
I mean, I found myself in the back of China.
Well, this last week was kind of like Hell Week in Orlando because a lot of people from up north had their fall breaks, and so just everywhere was slammed.
And I also I also think with the previous weekend,
the
the
hurricane.
locals with the hurricane, we were supposed to go that weekend and we postponed it. I think maybe for locals, maybe that happened too. But I was just so happy we didn't have a stroller with
Also,
us.
Tiffany was there. I think that.
Oh,
I think
the
we're
balls
all-
or
No, we weren't alone now.
No.
Yeah, we weren't alone then.
That was our nickname for Steve, wasn't it?
That's where he got the glasses.
I just want to point out the very definition of having a problem is having a secret drinking spot.
Well, when you tour people around, you gotta have it.
Live healthily.
Oh my God.
Care for others. Do not drink and hide.
Don't judge. That's in there, right? Don't judge is in there.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, see,
Nothing about having a secret drinking place.
especially during Food and Wine Festival, you need
Excellent.
it.
All right, so tell me what we forgot. Fill me in on our other show and fill me in on the things we forgot to mention during
Well,
housekeeping.
the other show Craig brought up is our yet to be titled, I guess. I don't know if it's keeping the title, is The Gay Show. So I think that title right now speaks for itself. But the first episode is up on the YouTube channel, and it's all about why Disney is gay friendly, and that's hosted by Pete. And I joined him for this episode along with Brian and Oliver, and that was it. Right?
was it.
Just
Was
four
us.
of us.
Do we
Yeah.
know, is this a weekly show now, or is this
That's-
every once in a while?
So right now it's a pilot, so we're testing the waters still. It's a possibility it may be bi-weekly, even though it's a
It's
gay
the
show.
bi show?
How appropriate. The jokes write themselves.
Oh my God.
It could be bi-weekly, it could be once a month, it could be, I don't know, it could be whenever we feel like it.
Could be
or,
questioning.
depending on how well it goes, it could never be seen again. It all depends. Like, we're monitoring the feedback, so yeah.
The
Go and
posts on
watch
the
it and
boards
let
are
us
very positive. You guys got some really great feedback.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
through the comments last night, and of all the comments, there was only one that I unloaded on somebody for.
What, are these YouTube comments? Or
Yeah,
about
the,
you
on the
and
YouTube,
Sugar?
the YouTube comments. There was just some guy and he went off about the Pulse shooting being radical Islamic, whatever. So, anyway, but everybody else seemed very supportive. And what was actually very touching was a lot of people were saying that they, they were kind of saying this stuff about themselves for the first time in these comment sections on YouTube. So I was very surprised by that. So I don't know. It's an area of people I didn't think this was even going to tap into so quickly. So I mean, it was nice to hear all these people's stories. And I commented and talked to a bunch of the people that leave comments because I do that alone in the dark at night sometimes. So
Excellent. We got some direct emails from folks who
Yeah.
wrote to us at the podcast account and also posted on the boards. Very positive. Very nice feedback for you all.
the other thing we forgot to plug at the beginning, though,
Yep.
was we launched our Patreon site for the It Is Unplugged podcast network here.
Yep.
Oh, that's it? That's
No,
what
no,
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say?
I thought you were going to elaborate on it. So,
that's why I
yeah,
looked-
for those
If
of
you
you
mentioned it, you
that
talk
don't know what Patreon is, it's a service where you can help support us and what we do through a monthly contribution. And in return, you'll get some exclusive content and some early access to a few things. The things that have just gone up are 2 vlogs, one from RINO, one from myself, and these are personal vlogs, so they're nothing to do with theme parks at all. And you actually get to meet our pets.
Yeah,
So,
it's me and the corgis in mine, and
the
Oliver's
queen,
dog.
queen and her corgi.
Yes, it's a royalty video. I followed the 10 principles as I did the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you can do one-time donations, recurring donations. It just that money kind of helps us go to sustain the content and create new and better things and stuff like that. So
Goes straight back into the show. New equipment, new stuff in the future.
So, how many videos are up now?
Great question.
There's-
It's not just videos. So there's a lot of content on there. There's
there's 2 exclusive vlogs so far, and then there's been you get early access to some stuff, and so there's been a number of shows that have gotten the early access so far, right?
Yep.
2, 3?
3 Minnesota.
Because it's in the
early
second
access.
week right now.
Yeah.
And then a couple early access vlogs too, but there'll be more and more going up.
There's also some great photos as well of members of the teams in the parks on the attractions too.
No, they're not great.
They're not great.
No, they're not great, but they're entertaining to say the least.
I didn't know they were in there, and so when I was looking at it last
there
night,
is. Not to forget, there are ringtone packs as well. So if you want to see this man,
there's a Cory ring.
I
tag.
stumbled upon that. I didn't know y'all were doing that.
That took you by surprise, didn't it? If you want to,
What the hell?
every time you receive a message, hear this man's luscious voice, then you sign up to Patreon and download the pack.
I think
So-
you're using that word wrong.
What do you say lusciously?
Just happy to be here.
Hiding drinking spot.
Do you have a tease for the folks? What might be coming up that they might want to join for?
I've got something that I'm working on. It's a creative. It's just going to be since the idea, some of the idea behind this is you being able to get to know us and kind of those things that don't necessarily have a specific home on either of our YouTube channels. There's one I'm working on creative videos that might tell the day in the life of us and pick one at a time and go around. And I have mapped out the first one, and so that will hopefully go by the end of the month. I haven't
as in the
started filming
production
it yet.
nook?
What?
Us as in the production nook or who?
Anybody? But I started with myself first. I started with Oliver,
Kevin
and then I started with myself.
reservations.
It's hard. I had to write it, so it's like because it's not really a documentary; it's more of a narrative. So it's like I don't know how to tease it other than that. It's a terrible tease.
He's going to end it with like airbrushing abs.
Well,
Rhino
I think this-
transitioning.
to the transition.
All right. I believe that would be the best part to end this show. Bam. Be a really good time. Bam. Excellent.
Be kind.
Man. Thank you guys very much for participating in our conversation. I really appreciate your input. Thank you for those at home who have been listening and watching. We hope that you enjoyed it. And so that'll do it for this edition of the Diz Unplugged. Stop watching.
Go home.